every once in a while, I kind of think humans should be taking like a real week off.
Yeah.
Like a real week to just decompress. And obviously extremely, extremely privileged position to even
think it or to have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
When you lock eyes with someone, whether it's a small Bowery Ballroom type of a show or it's Red Rocks, you know what I mean? Or it's these massive Lollapalooza stages, but you know you've made that connection through your music. How validating is that as a songwriter, as a creator, to know that, I think I'm tapping into something special and we're having this intimate conversation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this community. What's that like?
Honestly, it's really, really surprising at times because the lyrics or the sentiments that connect are the ones you didn't think would and other way around. And I don't know, like when I sit down to make music, I'm always doing it for me and as a mode of, my own expression. And I've always kind of just said it's such a miraculous byproduct that in some way that can affect other people.
Wow.
But it's just very weird because you don't sit down with the intention of connecting with other people. You sit down to just express yourself. And I don't know, like Your Bones is such an interesting example because when I wrote that song, I just obviously, great record, I love it. When I made it, my first thought was, it's a love song, it came so easy to me, so therefore it can't be like that powerful or that vulnerable. And then all of a sudden, all these people on the internet,
it had its own story for somebody else.
Totally, and like that, it can just be really, really unexpected which lyrics and again sentiments connect with people.
That's art.
Yeah.
How cool is that? I'm gonna flip my paper because you definitely are looking at it, and I have it right here. I'm somebody I don't recognize, but I'm so happy to be her. Some of the lyrics from that amazing song. As you said, it was a love song, but then it could be self-love. It could be a lyric that could be interpreted as you looking into the mirror, the fan. What does that moment mean to you? Not being able to recognize, but happy to be her.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that song just came so easily to me. I wrote it with Joel Little, who's amazing, and like I said, these words just poured out of me, and so I thought that there was no way they could really reflect true vulnerability, because you kind of have this idea that vulnerability is supposed to be really, really hard.
Yeah.
And it's not always, and even looking back at that song, like after the fact, I'm like, wow, I said some really profound stuff in there that I didn't realize was so profound, but that line in particular, I think, being in a really healthy long-term relationship, I think has really been so good for me and really, really grounding for me. And it's just really interesting to kind of look at how I've matured over the 5 years of us being together. And you're like, oh, look, who is that person?
Who is that person?
Who is she?
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
No, for real, to have that support, to have these words stem from, things that mean so much to you, and to be so open in your lyrics. Is it scary at times? I don't know if I ever asked you that, but is it scary to be putting your heart on your sleeve, or, letting it flow out and then the rest of the world hearing how you're feeling?
Honestly, not most of the time.
Okay.
I think what's scary to me is more people I know.
Okay.
Like I don't really think too much about the other 7 billion people on Earth, but I do think, like, oh no, my mom's gonna hear this. Like what? Or like, like I don't know, like the president of like Monty and Avery. Probably what they're gonna listen to this and be like, what's Chelsea going through?
What you going through? But you're going through true human emotions, and that's why everyone loves what it is that you're doing. It could be that you're writing a trap record. I don't know, but if it's from a real emotion that you're feeling, it's that connectivity.
I would pay to see me do
if anybody watching, hit the comments, let us know. You know what I'm saying?
Send some beats.
Hashtag Chelsea Trap. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we get that trending. But no, what I'm getting to is just if it's emotionally or it's truly who you are. That's where you're feeling. It's that connectivity that you're
Totally.
you know what I mean, that you're creating with us through your tunes. I want to, as we hang here talking therapy sessions, this pod has been really eye-opening for a lot of us, a part of the Happy Jack Entertainment family, just finding how amazing it is that people in your position are really willing now to be in a space to talk about heart health, mental health, how important it is to treat yourself right, because it makes you a better version of yourself. Let me start with this. When was it that you really felt and understood, like, yo, I got to do for self sometimes, man. I got to make sure I'm hanging with my family and I'm not doing this, or I'm, taking the time away to. When did you kind of start to connect that to make sure that Chelsea was doing good?
I think it's still something that
Word.
I think it's still a work in progress. I think especially in a job where you're self-employed, and I don't have context.
Yeah.
Before doing music, I worked at a country club for one summer.
Fam,
it was miserable.
I was Chuck E. Cheese. Like, I had no other job other than radio and Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, you did the Chuck E. Like, you do that one job, and you're like, I can't ever do that
ever again. Yo, never. So I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So obviously this is speculation because I don't have too much context.
Yeah.
But that said, I think sometimes when you're self-employed, it's like particularly difficult to instill boundaries, and
Okay.
I feel a lot of guilt around taking time away, and I often say too, like when I'm talking about feeling burnt out, I'm like, this kind of burnout isn't, and I think this is probably something that everyone feels right now, just with all the stimulus that is around us at all times, but the type of burnout that I honestly feel on a daily basis, like it's not something that I think can be remedied by like a long weekend.
Yeah.
Like I think that a lot of us would benefit from like 3 months.
For sure.
Of just
Escape.
I got COVID 2 weeks ago, and like it was awesome.
Wow. In what sense? Like, because being sick, I can't imagine you enjoyed being sick.
No, not that, but like, okay, you know how when you have a weekend, you have Friday and Saturday, or let's just say, because I know with our jobs, it's usually working on the weekend. So even let's say
Always.
you just get like a day off. I can't enjoy the day.
Not enough.
I'm freaking
Not enough
out.
time.
No matter what I'm doing, I'm staring at the clock. I'm sitting paralyzed by like, how should I spend this off time?
Yeah.
Should I take a bath? Should I be productive? Should I do errands? Should I nap? Like, I can't handle the pressure. And if in this rare circumstance where I was forced out 5 days at home and no one could make me do anything, and I was like chilling.
Yes.
Like, I had no guilt.
We're getting laughs from behind the camera. Like, they're like, we tried to reach you, and you were kicking it.
No, and like, I wasn't even that sick. Like, my girlfriend had it way worse. Like, obviously COVID stinks.
Yes.
It wasn't fun at all.
Yep.
But
Being forced to stop.
it was so worth having 5 days
Yeah.
of not doing anything. And it made me really think, and I haven't really talked to my management is in the room right now, so we haven't really talked about this, but kind of made me think, every once in a while, I kind of think humans should be taking like a real week off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a real week to just decompress. And obviously extremely privileged position to even
To even think it, or to have the
think
opportunity
about
to do
that.
that.
Yeah.